All right, Craig. All right, we got 2 minutes. Just to let you know, Lost Girl is like Derecha is Gallant's best friend. A couple times Lost Girl has come over. Gallant snuggled right up to her, and the last time, Gallant fell asleep on her. I'm feeling a little jealous. Yeah, the babies are worked up. All right, I think we're going to get started a little bit. I think I'm going to read Oscar and Emmy Visit the Vet first, but they put a little notes in here. I thought it was nice. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for all you do for animal rescue. Stay P-U-R-R-F-E-C-T-L-Y, perfectly healthy. Then she's wrote, like, I would really appreciate a review on Amazon and or Goodreads. Thank you, Terry. P.S. Thank you so much for your Storytime videos. So, very nice. I will certainly do that. Yeah, he is, Oscar. He is really, really an awesome kitty. He really is. But sometimes when he gets the crazies, he runs through the house just like a wild cat. And when he runs through the house, it's like a herd of elephants. All right. So there's a dedication in here for all veterinarian clinics, doctors, and staff who take care of our pets when they are healthy or sick, especially Dr. Michael Moore at Foster Creek Veterinary Hospital. For my sister, thank you for always supporting me. All right, so here we go. Abby and Charlie have a busy day ahead. They are helping their mom take their cats to the vet. They don't want to go, Charlie laughs as they try to put the cats into the crate, but they keep escaping. They will be fine once we're there, Mom reassures Charlie, closing the crate with both cats finally inside. Success! It's time for their preventive care visit or yearly checkup. So they aren't sick, right? They just need a checkup like we get from our doctor every year, Abby asks. Exactly. The vet will make sure they are healthy and stay that way. They arrive at the vet clinic and notice their neighbor leaving. Mom, look, it's Ms. Andrea with Bree and Athena, Charlie says. Yeah, are Oscar and Emmy here for their yearly checkup too? Asks Miss Andrea. Yes, Abby replies. Mom checks in with the receptionist while Abby and Charlie stay with the cats in a full waiting room. Oscar lets out a long, shaky meow. Oscar, I know you're scared around dogs, but I'll keep you safe, Abby comforts him. Charlie notices that Emmy hasn't purred since they left home. After a few minutes, a technician assistant calls them back to an exam room. And there is Foster Creek Veterinary. So if anybody's here, anybody will chat that's from Houston, I believe they're in the Houston, Texas area. Let's get these guys weighed for the doctor. Abby opens the crate and lifts Oscar onto the exam table. Charlie reaches in to get Emmy and places her next to Oscar. Emmy runs back into the crate. Yeah, we all know that, huh? Emmy, Abby laughs, is the table too cold for your paws? It was so hard to get her in there, and now she doesn't want to leave it. Charlie giggles and coaxes her back out, hugging her closely to his chest. The technician scoops up Oscar, who is sniffing the table, looking for treats, and places him on the table. On the scale, I should say. On the scale. He is 12.2 pounds. She lifts Emmy out of Charlie's arms to weigh her. Emmy is 8.4 pounds. Perfect weights for cats. Male cats often weigh more than females. Oscar likes to eat a lot. Abby rubs Oscar's belly. Very, very cute pictures too. Really, really good, really nice illustrations. Dr. Moore walks in and introduces himself as the vet, and then starts petting Emmy while asking the family questions. How are Oscar and Emmy doing? Eating well? Using their litter box? Playing with toys? They're doing great, Mom answers, and they purr when we pet them. Charlie adds, but not since we've been here. Dr. Moore assures them that is normal because pets can be scared in a new place. Charlie says they love eating their smelly canned food, but that's just for special occasions. Sometimes they cough up those gross hairballs like this. Abby adds. The vet laughs at Abby's impression. That's normal for cats. Comb them daily to get rid of their loose fur. Dr. Moore hands Abby a pamphlet on grooming to take home. So hopefully you guys liked my impression of it. Coughing up a hairball. There. Hold on for 1 second. Nope. She hasn't gotten my text yet. What are you doing now? Abby asks as the vet looks at Oscar's eyes. I'm examining him. I need to check all over his body for any changes that could be signs that something is wrong. Dr. Moore looks at Oscar's teeth, the back of his throat, and inside his ears. Now I'm rubbing his body to feel for any lumps or bumps. Dad thought Oscar had a lump one time, but it was just some knotted fur, Abby says. Oscar sits quietly as the vet strokes him from the tip of his nose to the point of his tail. Oscar even puts his head towards Dr. Moore's hand to get more petting. Yeah, a cat would never do that. Little maniacs. Crazy. As the vet repeats the examination for Emmy, Charlie is still concerned that Emmy isn't as comfortable as Oscar. Maybe Emmy isn't used to you yet. You are a really nice doctor, and this room has really fun stuff for animals. Why does that dog have a toothbrush? Charlie wonders as he spots a poster on the wall. The vet explains that pets need to have their teeth brushed and shows them how beautiful Emmy's teeth are. He gives them tips to keep them that way. Because they don't have much plaque, professional teeth cleaning once every several years is okay. Several years? Mom makes us go to the dentist every 6 months, Charlie says. She makes us brush our teeth every day. There, Dr. Moore explains, cats need to be under anesthesia for their teeth to be professionally cleaned. Who is anesthesia? Abby asks. Anesthesia is a fancy name for the medicine we use to make pets sleep while we work on them. We try not to do that unless we have to. You can do things listed in this pamphlet at home to help avoid dental cleanings at the vet. Which is funny because our Guinness just went to the vet and they say that his teeth are, he might need a cleaning soon. So I've been trying to avoid it, and I've been giving them a ton of greenie dental treats. So, do they ever go outside or come across other animals? Dr. Moore asks as he pets Oscar. They stay inside with us. Charlie adds, unless they come to the vet or visit Grandma when we travel. But she doesn't have any cats or dogs. She feeds her a possum, but it stays outside. That's good, Dr. Moore explains. Knowing which animals they interact with helps me decide which shots to give them and how often they need them. I hate shots, Charlie says. Shots aren't fun, but I make sure it's over quickly, Dr. Moore explains about the vaccinations and why they are important. I give pets shots in the same place. That way, if there's any swelling or lumps nearby, I know it's from the shot. And our Guinness boy had a couple shots because he, sometimes every so often he opens up hot spots on himself, and we had to get that treated. It's actually the first time I've been to Defiance Veterinary Clinic. It's right around the corner for me. Dr. Moore tells them about the optional nail trimming. Optional. Yes, please, Mom says. I'm always afraid I'll cut them too short. You can bring them in any time for a trim, Dr. Moore offers. Dr. Moore explains the worm test and that neither cat has any. Oscar and Emmy are very healthy. I'll see you next year unless any concerns come up. Charlie takes Emmy from Dr. Moore and he exclaims, "She's purring! I think she likes you after all!" Abby and Charlie help Oscar and Emmy back into their crate, this time very easily. They stop at the receptionist to pay the bill and collect Oscar and Emmy's new rabies tags. Abby volunteers to put them on their collars when they get home. Dad greets them at the door. How was visiting the vet? Abby shows him the pamphlets and the rabies tags and says, "We need to comb their long fur every day to help prevent hairballs. And look after their teeth at home so that they only have to go to the dentist every few years," Charlie adds. Dad says, "Wow, you learned lots at the vet." Oscar and Emmy are happy to be healthy and home again. The two cats purr happily. Oh, look at that. My finger is right by, I don't know which one's Oscar, which one's Emmy. I always forget. Emmy must be the small one. All right. This is terrific. All right. How to brush your cat's teeth. It only takes a few minutes a day to keep your cat's teeth healthy, saving time and money at the vet. Eating a mostly dry food diet helps clean plaque off their teeth when they chew. This is not a substitute for brushing. The earlier you start your pet's dental health routine, the easier it will be. It takes about 3 weeks for your cats to adjust. Yeah, this is really good. What you will need. A toothbrush. Use a special small toothbrush made for cats. Toothpaste for cats is available in a variety of cat-friendly flavors and is safe. Steps for smart toothbrushing. Begin by simply massaging your cat's neck and mouth area. The next time you approach your cat, massage his gums with the kitty toothpaste, or let him lick it off the toothbrush. Once your cat becomes comfortable, begin brushing his front teeth with your finger and then move on to using the toothbrush. It should take about 40 seconds to brush your cat's teeth. Be gentle and quick. Yeah. Symptoms of feline dental disease include bad breath, red gums, yellow-brown tartar, and drooling. If your cat is showing any of these symptoms, take him to his vet immediately. At-home dental care. Brushing your cat's teeth every day is the best way to avoid dental disease. plaque forms daily on your cat's teeth, and if you do not remove it as it builds up, it could turn to concrete hard tartar. Once tartar forms, a toothbrush can't help, so your vet will have to put your cat under anesthesia to remove it.
Come on, kitty, 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 kitty babies. Any more?
Good night. Tartar can lead to dental disease and an infection that can spread to other body parts. How to trim your cat's nails. Trimming a cat's nails regularly is important to do and can be done at home. There are a wide variety of sharp tools you can use, such as clippers, scissors, or a sliding blade. Avoid cutting the pink part of the nail, called the quick, where blood vessels and nerve endings lie. Have a septic powder or cornstarch on hand in case you cut too much and they start bleeding. The best way to handle your cat during grooming depends what your cat is used to. Some need to be held, some can stand on the table, and some will lay on their back for you. You can distract them with petting or give them their favorite treat. You may trim the front claws only, or both the front and back claws. And what they did is they have a link here to the Humane Society. So you can actually go to the Humane Society's webpage at www.humanesociety.org, and they could give you some tips as well. Now, I have 2 long-haired cats, and the hair between the nails is really long, and I have a lot of trouble trying to get the nail out. So, because it's all engulfed with the fur, and then they don't make it easy either because they do not like me pushing their nails out when I'm trying to clip. You know, Galen doesn't really like it either, but he's not that bad. You know, I just, you know, kind of tackle him. Guinness is okay, and our smudge cat, forget. She just carries on high. I basically had to tackle her the last time and hold her down to get it done. All right. They have another sentence page here about cat vaccinations. Required vaccinations can vary by location. The frequency depends upon local regulations and the brands of vaccines used by your vet. Vaccinations for cats can also vary depending if they stay indoors or go outdoors. Rabies vaccine is usually required by state law for all cats, regardless if they go outside or not. Your indoor-outdoor cat is at an increased risk of the virus through hunting and potential bites by unvaccinated animals. One of the most common carriers of the rabies virus are bats. When a bat is infected, it is more likely to seek shelter and behave in unusual ways, such as fly towards light sources and into people's homes. This makes vaccinating your indoor cat against rabies extremely important. It is given every 1 to 3 years, depending upon the vaccine used and state regulations. FFRCP is a 3-part combination vaccine that provides immunity against 2 upper respiratory diseases and the feline distemper virus. These diseases are highly contagious in cats, brought into the environment by other pets that go outside, or even the owner's clothing. After the initial shot in boosters in kittens, it is usually given every 3 years. The last one she has here is FELV, which is the Feline Leukemia vaccine. It is also highly recommended for outdoor cats. The feline leukemia virus spreads when a cat comes into contact with an infected cat and is exposed to their saliva or blood, sharing water bowls, mating, grooming, and fighting. Because of their possible contact with unknown or feral cats, indoor-outdoor cats are at a much higher risk of contracting FELV than an indoor-only cat. This extremely important vaccine is usually administered once yearly to outdoor cats. And if you wanted to look a little bit more about cat vaccinations, if you go to www.pets.gov www.webmd.com. So that will give you some. And then the final page, how to prevent hairballs in your cat. When cats groom themselves, their tongues catch loose hair, which is swallowed. Most of the hair passes through their digestive system without any problems. Some hair may stay in the stomach and form a hairball. The cat will vomit the hairball to get rid of it. The shape comes out thin and tube-like instead of a round ball, since it passes through the esophagus. Cats that shed a lot or groom often are more likely to have hairballs, since they swallow a lot more fur. If they have ongoing vomiting or hacking without producing a hairball, please contact your vet immediately since there could be a blockage. Grooming your cat daily is a great bonding experience for you and your cat. The more fur you remove, the less fur they will swallow. Thank you, Lost Girl. I've heard it so many times with our smudge. I'm very well versed in how to do a hairball. Unfortunately, Smudge has something going on with her. She salivates a lot, so sometimes I can kind of tell. So what are you gonna do? The other thing she does is she eats her food too fast. So yeah, I mean, really, you can't go wrong with the rabies vaccine. So feed your cat hairball formula or high fiber cat food to improve your cat's coat. Decrease shedding and encourage hairballs to pass through the digestive system. Use a hairball product or cat-friendly laxative, High Magic, to use the hairballs to help the hairballs pass through. Discourage excessive grooming by training your cat to find another enjoyable activities, like a new toy. So again, if you wanted a little bit more information on hairballs, you can go to www.pets.webmd.com. So that is the latest book of Oscar and Emmy. I actually think this might be the best book out of the four of them. This is actually, really, really informative. It's a really good stories. The kids, a lot of times, your kids get upset when you take the cats to the vet. And I think it's a good thing. I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to take a 1-minute break, and then we're going to celebrate Derecho's anniversary. We're going to have some true or false with storms. Right, WikiCat. The risk of rabies is probably almost zero, but the problem is if the unlikely event they get rabies, it would be catastrophic. Yes, Lost Girl. I actually, her name is Terry Sable, and she actually wrote a little note for me in here too, which was nice. When I get home, I'm going to see if I can forward, maybe I can do that now, into Chatters. The free book on Kindle you could get this free on Kindle. Let's see, Oscar and Emmy Books. So they have a Facebook page called Oscar and Emmy Books. All right, so let me share this in the group, FFRC Chatters. If you are interested in getting a free download of the book I read tonight, here is your chance. like I said, I thought it was a really good book. Yeah, Wiki, Lost Girl, that is a really good point. Because unfortunately, one of our cats bit my grandmother when she came over. And there would have been heck to pay if our cat wasn't up on the shots. So they had, they basically, we had to make sure that she was quarantined. Obviously, she's an indoor cat. Of course, she's going to be quarantined. But they wanted me to separate her from the other cats, which I didn't do. But she's never been out in her life, so it is important to get those rabies shots. All right, who is ready for storms? All right, and this is a true or false book, so I will read you the true or false question, and again, like the last couple weeks, I will wait and see if anybody knows the answer. All right, first question. True or false? Storms come only in winter. True or false? I think this one's pretty simple. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad. I figured I'd do it now because I think that's only for today only. So I wanted to get it out there before today ends. All right, we got a couple falses. Racy King, Lost Girl. Craig says false. All right. I'll wait 5 more seconds. All right, the answer is false. Storms occur every season of the year. Storms form a huge, heavy clouds high above the earth. Tons of rain, snow, sleet, or hail drop from these clouds. Strong winds blow, often bolts of lightning flash across the sky, along with loud roars of thunder. Storms can cause lots of damage, but they also provide much of the world's water. A storm cloud can drop millions of gallons of water in just 1 minute. A nice little picture here. All right, next question. This one is a little harder. It's not that hard, though. Storm clouds always look dark. True or false? Storm clouds always look dark. Coralie? I don't know if you saw that. Lost Girl says false. Racing King says false. Coralie's like, all right, stop that. All right, anybody else? I'll give you a few more seconds. Storm clouds always look fall. Oh wait, storm clouds always look dark. True or false? Craig says false. All right, the answer is true. From the ground, storm clouds look dark to us. Storm clouds start when moist air rises high above the ground. It is very cold at this great height. The water vapor in the air changes to tiny drops of water. The droplets form clouds. The clouds look dark because sunlight cannot pass through them. Heavy rain falls and you have a rainstorm. Raindrops in a rainstorm are 10 times bigger than raindrops in a light drizzle. All right, you ready for the next question? A ring around the moon means a rainstorm is coming. True or false? Any guesses? A ring around the moon means a rainstorm is coming. True or false? Lost Girl says true. Anybody else? Craig says false. All right, we need somebody to break the tie. All right, Racy King says false. The answer is true. The ring around the moon signals the approach of stormy weather. You could see the ring or halo because the very high clouds often form ahead of a rainstorm. Inside these clouds, the droplets of water freeze into tiny bits or crystals of ice. When moonlight shines through the ice crystals, you see a ring around the moon. As the old saying goes, when there's a ring around the moon, rain or snow is coming soon. This is a good one. True or false? Summer rainstorms in the tropics are called monsoons. Summer rainstorms in the tropics are called monsoons. Yep. Let me see if I can put my leg up here. All right. Craig says true. Lost Girl says true. Anybody else? Racing King says true. Okay. The answer is true. Monsoons bring heavy rain to tropical lands at the same time every year. In summer, the sun heats the land more than it heats the sea. The hot air rises, cool, moist air from over the ocean rushes in to take its place. These strong winds blow the moist sea air towards the land all summer long. Heavy rains fall, causing frequent floods. Many people build their houses on stilts to stay dry during the monsoons. Summer monsoons end when the weather cools. Yeah, seems like we're not getting as many participants today. All right, next, true or false? Ice storms develop from rainstorms. True or false? Ice storms develop from rainstorms. And just to let you know, I am not peeking to see, what the answer is.
Sure, Billy, sure.
Yeah, I know. It's because I did it before. No, I'm just
Good
kidding.
night, everybody.
Good night. Have a good night.
Me too. You know what I'd like to turn off?
Top one, yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Uh-oh. I'll be back.
All right, Lost Girl says true. Anybody else? I'm going to give you 10 to 15 more seconds. Craig says true. All right, 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, the answer is true. Ice storms occur as drops of rain freeze when they strike objects on Earth. The raindrops cover streets and roads, trees and plants, buildings and everything else with a coating of ice. Some people fall on the ice and hurt themselves. One terrible ice storm in 1951 killed more than 20 people and covered everything in 8 states with an icy layer. An ice storm can cover a 50-foot pine tree with as much as 5 tons of ice. Speaking of that, Lost Girl, were you in Philadelphia? It was up 93, 94 when we had that ice storm that lasted all day. All of public transportation was shut down, and everything had like an inch to 2 inches coat of ice on it. And You really could not even walk in it. I mean, it was an all-day ice storm. I have never seen that anything since then, or up until that point, or since then. It was, usually ice storms. Yeah, you remember that? Okay, because I remember I had my apartment in Northeast Philly, and my parents lived 6 blocks away, and I was supposed to visit them, and I did start walking over there, but I basically had to grab the handle of every car so that I wouldn't slip. Yeah, that was, yeah, I have never seen an ice storm like that ever in my life. That was, like I said, all public transportation was shut down. A lot of people couldn't make it into work. I worked in Center City at the time at the late great Hahnemann Hospital, but I couldn't get in because all the things were, and I wasn't going to drive in there. So, okay. Next true or false? Sleet is frozen rain. True or false? Yeah, that was actually the winter where we just got pounded with storm after storm after storm every couple days. But there's nothing like that ice storm. That was one for the ages. All right, Racing King says true. Sleet is frozen rain. True or false? Craig says true. All right, anybody else? All right, here's the answer. True. Sleet is frozen rain or ice that falls from high clouds. Sleet starts as drops of rain inside the clouds. As they fall to earth, the raindrops freeze and become bits of ice called sleet. The sleet makes loud clicking sounds as it slams into objects on the ground. In a heavy storm, sleet piles up on streets and roads, making walking and driving dangerous. Sleet does not stick to trees or wires. Interesting. This next question is a great question. All right. True or false? Lightning only shoots from the clouds to earth. True or false? Lightning only shoots from clouds to earth. Look at that picture. Isn't that a great picture? Yes, 30 inches of snow in 96. I have a picture of me in the, because I lived back with my parents during that snow. And I remember me and my dad and my brother, we all shoveled out this huge spot. And they took a picture of me, and it looks like I'm sitting. I'm sitting on the snow, but I'm not. I'm standing, and the snow came up to my waist. I wonder if I have that picture scanned. I'll have to look for it. All right, so looks like we got some truths, we got some falses. All right, the answer is false. All right, lightning can shoot out in many directions. Lightning forms inside huge towering storm clouds. Here, powerful winds bump and rub millions of raindrops and ice particles against each other. This builds up a powerful charge of electricity. Suddenly, a huge electric spark called lightning flashes across the sky. Lightning can shoot any way, down to earth and up again, from one cloud to another, or within a cloud. Lightning bolts light up the sky every second of every day. Here's another great lightning question. True or false? Tall trees and buildings attract lightning. Tall trees and buildings attract lightning. Go Canvey! Go Canvey! You know, it's funny. I've always considered buying one of those wheels for our cats. But I just know it's going to turn, it's going to turn into a white elephant. Plus, these types of wheels, they don't make these types anymore, and I like these a lot better than that one fast cat. So, all right. Craig says true. Anybody else? Ms. M says true. Anybody else? Lost Girl says true. The answer is true. Lightning often strikes the tallest objects in its path. A lightning bolt is drawn to objects that carry electricity down to the ground. You're wrong, MK. Haha. Often these are tall buildings, power lines, telephone poles, or trees that stand alone or tower over the trees. Lightning that strikes a tree may split and burn it. Lightning rods on tops of buildings carry electricity safely into the ground. And of course, a Philadelphia native invented the lightning rod. Yeah, Lost Girl, you'll be safe. Me, I've always wanted to be a conductor, but not that way. All right, here comes another really good lightning question. Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. True or false? Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. Lost Girl says false. Cat Lover says true. Craig says false. The answer is false. Lightning may hit the same place many times. The Empire State Building, for example, has been hit by lightning as many as 20 times in just a single storm. This skyscraper gets about 100 strikes a year. People who work outdoors also can be struck more than once. One park ranger, Roy Sullivan, survived 7 lightning strikes. Wow. The most dangerous place to be in a lightning storm is under a tree. This one, I'm not sure what the answer is. All right, the true or false question is, thunder always follows lightning. Thunder always follows lightning. Okay, I have an answer. I think I'm not going to share it because I don't want to influence you guys unduly. Yeah. And he was only 4'2". No, I'm just kidding. When I was a kid, MK says false. Craig says false. There was a kid who was pitching at a Little League game, and he got struck and he was killed. And I just remember, looks like we got a lot of falses. Cat Lover, Lost Girl, Ms. M says false. But I remember after that, I was so scared of being out in a thunderstorm. I was terrified. Hello, Air Power. Hello. All right, all of you are wrong. It is true. Thunder is the result of lightning shooting across the sky. As lightning passes through the air, it instantly heats the air around it. The lightning makes the air so hot that it explodes out. The exploding air makes the loud crack or roar of thunder that you hear. Since light travels much faster than sound, you always see the lightning before you hear the thunder. when you see lightning and hear thunder at nearly the same time, the storm is very close. Now, when I was a kid, I was fascinated with weather. And the thing I always heard is as soon as we see the lightning, count 1001, 1002, 1003. Whatever you hear the thunder after the lightning will tell you how far away that lightning strike was. Every 5 seconds means it was a mile away. So that just always stuck with me, you know. So I still do that sometimes when I see a lightning crack, and of course when you hear the thunder instantaneous with the lightning, you know it's really close. So yeah, I bet. All right, here's another true or false question. Snowflakes are white. True or false? When we lived in Virginia, some of the storms there were so intense. It was crazy how, you know, the lightning would be, you know, a couple of times we had tornado warnings, and you know, they get now you get those buzzing things in your phone. Take shelter immediately. You know, scary stuff. All right, MK says false, that snowflakes are white. Anybody else? All right, Lost Girl says false. Sounds like a trick question. Very well could be. Anybody else? I'll give it 5 more seconds. Florida gets lightning every day this time of year. All right, we got false. We got Ms. M says false. Ed Power says true. WikiCat says don't eat the yellow snow. Well, that's not what we're asking. We're not wondering if it's white. All right, the answer is false. All right. Snowflakes are colorless, like clear glass or ice. But something happens when lots of snowflakes stick together. The snowflakes bounce back or reflect all colors of light. When all colors of light mix together, it looks white. So lots of colorless snowflakes pile up, become white snow. Every snowflake has 6 sides, and each snowflake is different. All right, this is probably an easy question. You ready for this? A blizzard is a severe thunderstorm. No. I'm sorry. I screwed that up. A blizzard is a severe snowstorm. So a blizzard is a severe snowstorm. And I'm going to say false because it's a Dairy Queen snack. So a blizzard is a severe snowstorm. And I have a spiker right in back of me. So that's why I'm kind of hunched into this spot. All right. Craig says true. Ms. M says true. Ed Power says true. I'll give you a few more seconds. Lost Girl says true. I think this one's an easy one. The answer is true. A blizzard is a violent snowstorm with heavy snowfall, low temperatures, and strong winds. When warm, moist air meets very cold air, heavy snow may start to fall. If there are also powerful winds and freezing temperatures, the snowstorm is a blizzard. And then they give it stupid names now on the Weather Channel, but that's a different story. In a blizzard, snow falls fast, about 2 inches an hour. All right. True or false? Blizzards last only a short time. Again, I'm going to say true because I usually inhale it when I get one at Dairy Queen. All right. I have to stop doing that. Blizzards are incredible to watch. Yeah, but they're a pain to shovel. I think in the 14 years that we lived in Virginia, I think we had one real blizzard. Maybe two. Maybe two. One of the blizzards we were not home for. We were visiting Bonnie's sister out in Washington State. So, all right, so Lost Girl says false. Craig says false. What is considered short? I am. Okay. Well, here's the answer. The answer is false. Most hailstorms in the United States. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. Now I messed up the next one. Blizzards can last anywhere from 3 hours to several days. Yeah, they are wild. A blizzard lasting a few hours coats the streets, buildings, and cars with snow and then moves away. But a long-lasting blizzard piles up lots of snow. The heavy snow plus the cold and the wind makes life very hard. Streets and roads are blocked. Schools, stores, and factories close. Power lines fall and many homes lose electricity. It often takes a few days to dig out. Many blizzards come after a period of warmer weather in winter. So, all right, so if you didn't hear what I said before, hailstorms are winter storms. True or false? Jamie. All right, we got a false. Anybody else? MK says false. And I'll wait a couple more seconds. All right, Craig says false. The answer is false. Most hailstorms in the United States occur during the spring, summer, or fall. Strong winds inside dark rain clouds toss small frozen or semi-frozen raindrops up and down, up and down. As they bounce around, additional layers of water freeze on the raindrops. Soon the balls of ice called hail are so heavy that they fall to earth. Kansas has more hailstorms than any other state. All right, here comes another one. True or false? Hailstones are always small. Hailstones are always small. All right, we got no, false. False. Well, small is relative. That is true. Lost Girl says false. Craig says false. And look at those kitties. The answer is false. Hailstones can be as small as peas or as big as grapefruits. Suppose you could slice open a hailstone. You would find a series of rings like an onion. Each ring marks an up and down trip of the hailstone inside the storm cloud. The number of rings range from 3 to 25. It's no wonder many hailstones are so big and heavy. The largest hailstone fell in Kansas in 1970. They got this really cool picture of a hailstone next to a baseball. Isn't that cool? Now, I know a friend of mine, his car was severely damaged by a hailstorm, and he had so many dents in his car from the hail. It wasn't funny. It totally ruined his car. All right, now we're going to the hurricanes. True or false? Hurricanes form over warm seas. Hurricanes form over warm seas. Alrighty. We got a false, we got a true, we got a true, and anybody else? I think the term warm seas is relative. I think it's a vague term, but you're right. They form in oceans. Hurricane starts when warm, wet air rises from the ocean. So the answer is true. The rising air filled with water vapor forms huge clouds. Cold air rushes in beneath the clouds. The clouds swirl around faster and faster like giant merry-go-rounds. Soon there are fierce winds blowing and heavy rains falling. It is the birth of a hurricane. Hurricanes in the northern hemisphere move from east to west and curve toward the north. All right, you ready for this one? This is probably the easiest question. Ready? Hurricanes can cause floods. True or false? Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Look at that cute little kitty. Look at that cute little kitty in the basket. Let me see if he'll let me, or she'll let me, pick that up and I could show you. Oh, she ran away. Hello, Alma. Hi, Alma. All right, we got a true. Thank you. This is one of the older FFRC shirts. Hi. Boy, busy. All right. The answer is true. Very strong hurricane winds often push ocean waters so high that they flood the land. A wall of water caused by a hurricane is called a storm surge. It could be as high as a 4-story building. The water floods the land, washing over everything in its path. The salt water damages buildings and covers farms, killing the crops. So you remember this. This is a holly toadstool. Now you know who it is. All right. A storm surge can even push boats onto shore and carry them inland. Storm surges and floods are the most dangerous parts of hurricanes. All right. Next, true or false? Tornadoes form on the ground. True or false? Yeah, it has FFRC on the back. No. Every cat matters. Yes, Larissa. And then they got Friends of Feline on the back. So again, tornadoes form on the ground. True or false? Spiker. Are you going to sleep, Jess? All right, let me sit down so I don't block the kitties. Crazy old bat says false. Ed Power says true. It is only a tornado if it's touching the ground. Daisy, Solly, and Pippi's dad says false. All right. The answer is false. See, I knew when it said form on the ground, I knew it was false then. Tornadoes start in dark, heavy storm clouds. Inside the clouds, layers of warm air meet the much colder air. Strong winds start to blow. The winds spin around faster and faster. They form a twirling, twisting tornado. Tornado winds blow faster than any other winds on Earth. At the same time, the storm rushes forward with tremendous force and energy. Tornadoes are called twisters because of the swirling winds. All right, it is just about 9 o'clock, so I'm going to do one more true or false, and then I will finish this next week because I got a couple more books. All right. The last question is going to be, all tornadoes strike land. True or false? All tornadoes strike land. True or false? Wow, it is Grand Central Station here with these little kittens. Trushy. All right, Crazy Old Bat says false. Craig says false. Anybody else? All right, Ed Power says false. So we're getting a lot of falses. And the answer is false. While most tornadoes do strike land, some never do. Tornadoes that touch the ground move along rather short, narrow paths. The furious winds blow with deadly force. They smash buildings, level whole neighborhoods, and injure or kill many people as they roar along. Tornadoes happen on every continent on Earth except Antarctica. I had a feeling I probably wasn't going to finish this, but that's okay. We got plenty of books. So next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the Storms one, and I'm also going to start another true or false book. So these books usually take about 45-50 minutes to go through. So it's about what it took today. So I'm going to get going. It's been a pleasure. I apologize that I wasn't here last week, but I will be back next week unless, of course, something happens. Wait a minute. Let me knock on wood. There. Thank you, MK, and thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure. So we will talk again next week. And if I don't see you online or anything, have a great 4th of July. Thanks, Lost Girl. Hi, Pontia. Hi.